Most US investors, rightly so for equities, don't focus on Europe, but we're fixed income investors primarily. And Europe is in a recession. And so we think the ECB is going to be forced to cut first, which will give the US Federal Reserve cover. So it's really more of a global focus.
The soft landing has gone from on track to largely here, in the sense that the underlying inflation trend now looks to be pretty close to 2%. Broadly, the change is that rather than gliding into the mid-twos next year, which would have been I think a perfectly good outcome, it now looks like instead we are sort of abruptly finding ourselves more or less at a 2% underlying pace.
The metaverse, despite what Meta has been trying, has actually been growing in terms of monthly active users, upwards of 600 million active users, led by Roblox, actually, is the leading metaverse platform. Generative AI is very powerful. So yeah, I think the metaverse platforms is going to be a major use case for generative AI.
I think companies are going to end up spending a lot more on AI in the year ahead. I think companies are going to realize there's a lot of value to be created here on different dimensions, and they're going to want to double down to take advantage of it.
We think NVIDIA is one of the first semiconductor companies that's cracked the code on becoming a software and services company. And so I think that's going to start to play in the model as you look out to 24. I think, that's where investors should be looking. And I think AI is still going to be the big theme when we look ahead to 24.
So I think the key for 2024 is going to be, what does US supply do? Looking at 2024, the market looks very well balanced with 1.2 to 1.5 million barrels of demand growth projected. So I think the key that people are looking at is, can the US continue to outperform?
It's hard for me to think who would jump into any vacuum created by Tesla, but I would argue that we've seen Tesla's share, you're saying it's about 56, they're down to about half the market. And of course, they were the overwhelmingly dominant player just a few years ago. Every day, every month, every year, we see more cars entering this marketplace, making them less dominant.
Gas prices have bumped up just slightly. Motorists in more states are seeing slight increases ahead of the holidays. The national average now basically on par with where we were last year, but we could see a little bit more increases over the next few days into the holiday and into the close of the new year.
2024, at least we're going to start the year with a lot of discounts. We're already seeing that. And in that type of environment, McDonald's tends to take some share. One of our top picks for 2024 is Domino's. They changed their rewards program. That changed in September. They're already seeing an acceleration in traffic and in same-store sales. That happened in the fourth quarter. We think that continues into 2024.
Not surprisingly, in a year that was all about the mega caps, the Mag 7, they dominate the top 10 most popular pages visited by you on the Yahoo Finance app and website. And the winner by far is Tesla. Its quote page views, that was seen over 300 million times this year, which is nearly double the second favorite, which is NVIDIA.
The AI revolution has really supercharged a lot of companies as far as spending, and really just generated tons of conversation as to the benefits of it, but there also are some drawbacks, and those include the spread of disinformation and misinformation. Part of that has to do with people being able to generate lifelike images, videos, and audio increasingly of individuals, and basically allowing them to manipulate the news.
If you look back in history, the economy is really the biggest driver, right, of not just how elections turn out, but how markets do. So, if we continue to have surprises on the U.S. economy like we've had in 2023, then no doubt this market can do quite a bit better than that historical average.